All right, welcome back, everyone, to another episode of Rocket Entertainment. I think this is
Five.
officially episode
Episode
five,
five.
yeah,
Yep.
of Rocket Entertainment. We've been all over the place. I mean, because that's what it's all about, the entertainment industry. We're talking about all these different things. And today, we're talking about absolutely one of our favorite shows that just came out, and it's called Solo Leveling. And honestly, I am so stoked to talk about it.
Yeah, I'm excited. I'm not that far in the manga, but you've read all the manga like 20 times, and
Yeah, and I started rereading it again today because it was
yeah,
just so good that I
exactly. Yeah.
I said, well, I want more, and I know it's already coming out soon, but
Yep.
I just want more. So
Yep.
yeah. So what'd you think? First episode?
I thought it was really good. It started off like 3 years prior, and I don't remember that happening in the book.
You are correct. Yes.
I swear, because the book opened up like when he was like walking down, and then when was talking about how bad he is, and then they enter the dungeon.
Yeah.
And then
Yeah,
also,
Oh, go ahead. Yeah.
also a little further in the episode, I don't remember much of like getting all the hunters, like getting them ranked and talking with that like the chairman guy. I don't remember a lot of that. I don't know how much of that was actually in the manga as well.
Yeah. So from what I know, and from just reading it recently and starting to reread it again. So what I know is that it could be different from the novel. Those excerpts could be in there, but like you said, the actual manga itself starts off with him walking down the street, getting ready for the dungeon, and them
Yeah.
kind of explaining that, oh, he's the weakest hunter, and this is what hunters are, and this is
Yep.
what they do, and then they also don't include that scene from the chairman. That scene, I think, is a creative decision that they just make, because that scene,
I felt like it was
I
kind
don't
of
ever remember seeing it,
yeah.
ever.
I feel like it was kind of interesting as to like how this world might be a little corrupt, saying like, oh, we need the hunters to get stuff for us, but we're trying to use this stuff to do for our own gain.
Yeah, like it's a mixture. It's almost like a not a symbiotic relationship, but they're doing it obviously for money. Like everything
Right,
they do
yeah,
is
yeah.
for money. Yeah.
So yeah,
Yeah,
what
and
do
then
you
you
think
have
about
this
it? I
weak
know
kid.
you're a soul leveling
Oh,
fanatic.
yeah. Dude, it was so good. I was getting chills just from the opening scene. I really loved it personally because I liked being able to see. I mean, the animations come to life, like the illustrations,
Oh
and
yeah,
being able
it's
to
so
see it
good.
all animated. I mean, I think it's the same studio that did Sword
Sword
Art
Art
Online,
yeah.
which, I mean, shout out to them. They're amazing. So, they did a great job animating everything. But also, one of the changes I liked, we already got to see a lot of the main characters that will be in the show already in the first episode. And for me, that was just as a fan, I was so excited. I was just like, "Oh
Yeah,
my
yeah.
gosh, I get to see all of them! I'm so happy." So, yeah, we get to see, you know, we get to see all the crazy cracked people that Sung Jin Woo will be working with. So I'm really excited for it all. I'm trying not to say too much because
Yeah.
it's only episode 1, and I don't want to spoil it for you.
Yeah. So when they clear the dungeon, or they clear what they thought was the end of the dungeon, and then they're walking down the cave to the double dungeons, what they call it? Yeah, the double dungeon.
Yeah,
And when
yeah.
they got to the boss room, because I remember in the manga, I was reading the physical books. It was just the scenes inside that boss room were super like creepy. Just reading it from like on a
Oh,
page. So
yeah.
we didn't get much of it in this episode because it ended way too early in my opinion. But
Oh,
from what
100%
we
agree,
did get,
yeah.
it was super like okay, this is intense.
Yeah.
It's about to go down.
Yeah, but yeah, you could just tell. I mean, honestly, it kind of freaked me out. I mean, I've read it already so many times.
Yeah.
I'm kind of sitting here like, holy crap, they're about to get absolutely sauced by this crazy boss monster, or whatever it is.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was really excited to see it, and I'm right there with you. I felt like the episode it just ended way too short.
Yeah, they definitely, because I think Demon Slayer has done the first episode always been like 40, 45 minutes. So that we get,
Yeah.
enough to be satisfied for a little bit. But I
Yeah.
feel like in this, I was satisfied because obviously it's Soul. I think I've never been waiting for years for this to finally come an anime. But it was short. I felt like they should have finished off this the fight. They should have.
Oh,
Whatever
that's what I
happens
thought too.
at the
Yeah.
end of the. I don't want to spoil it for people listening, but to get the entire. Let's get the entire boss fight there.
Yeah,
Let's get
I agree.
on to the next part, so we can be like, okay, that's a cliffhanger. I mean, it was a cliffhanger
Yeah.
now, but like we're still in the boss room. We still don't know quite what's gonna happen. But
Yeah. Yeah, it makes me wonder what the release in Korea was like, because I mean we talked about it briefly, but I wonder. I mean, that's only 23 minutes, and like you said, when Demon Slayer they do these types of things, there is so much content. They do almost
Yeah.
almost 2 hours worth, or an
Yeah.
hour and a half at least.
yeah, when they do
And
theatrical
so-
releases, they release usually like the last couple episodes of last season, and then the first episode of the next season.
Yeah. So I was kind of curious to see how much they would do. So I was a little sad to see it was only 23 minutes. But on the bright side, we're going to get supposedly 23 to 25 episodes.
Yeah, yeah. It's just gonna be
Which,
amazing.
yes, and I'm really excited because I mean, a lot of the shows I feel like that I watch, at least like on Crunchyroll, that are somewhat new. I feel like they only have like 12 episodes in a season.
Oh yeah, yeah.
And so that's what I thought at first. I'm like, okay, it's going to be a 12-episode season. It's going to be really short. But to see that, they're committed to going so far, I am so hyped. I'm really excited.
Yeah. And I hope that we'll see what happens, but I hope that next season or they do something with Demon Slayer. Like Demon Slayer made a movie after the first season. I'm hoping maybe this will do the same and put it in theaters.
Yeah.
And that would be that would be super cool.
Yeah. That would be awesome. And I'm trying to figure out in my head how many chapters they're going to do per episode and how
Yeah.
far they're going to cover, because I mean, there's so much, and obviously we're not trying to spoil it for people, but when I was looking at episode 1 and rereading it again for the first time, I was sitting there thinking, okay, episode 1, with the addition of some creative changes that the authors made, or the animators made, that was about 3.5 episodes, or
Yeah.
episodes in the manga itself. So I was like, if we get 25 episodes times 3.5, chapter 87? I mean, that's where my brain was going, and so I was trying to calculate it out. So
Yeah, that would be nice if they go pretty far, and we get a lot instead of just going like not far enough, and then people complain like, "Wow, you actually ended that before the best arc."
yeah, because there are some good arcs in that chapter range. So, but obviously, don't want to spoil it for anyone.
Right. Yeah. So what are you hoping for in the next episode? Do you think that they'll show more scenes that were not in the manga?
I think so. Yeah. No, I don't think they will, because, I mean, the scenes they did show that were not part of the manga, they took up a lot of time in this previous episode, or this first one.
I feel like it was about
and
like probably 70-30, I'd say.
yeah,
from what I
and so
remember.
I feel like this time though, what they're gonna do is focus more on just them clearing the dungeon, because the double dungeon is actually longer than I thought it was going to be.
Yeah, I think it takes up the entirety of the first like physical book. It takes up the whole thing. It's just
Yeah.
the double dungeon.
So I have a feeling that it's gonna end with the dungeon being completed, and yeah, that's what I feel like this second episode is gonna end as. So I really hope. I mean, as much as I would like to see some different changes, I guess, I
Yeah.
feel like the majority of the episode is gonna be them completing that.
Yeah, which is cool. If they draw out some of these scenes like in the physical book, like there was just like pages of like no words, but just the statues just staring at the
Yes.
characters with like red eyes, and not to say too
Yeah.
much, but doing some insane stuff. But I hope they drag that out with like music and like some dialogue. I think that'll be very cool.
Yeah. Because if that were the case, holy crap, that would be awesome.
Yeah.
That would be so. I mean, that would be so spooky. Like, oh yeah, that would fit the atmosphere perfect if they did that.
Yep.
Anything you didn't like? I mean,
Um, besides it being too short, probably not. I think it's hard to dislike it because the animation is so good, and I'm used to SAO animation. It was like one of the first anime that I ever watched was SAO. And
Yeah.
like even like the opening scene, the first like 3 minutes that were like the 3 years prior. Like I was watching that and it felt very much like I was watching an SAO boss fight, which is very cool. I was
yeah,
like, even like the zoom in on the faces and the way that the characters moved and everything felt like SAO characters, which is very cool.
yeah. Even like the animation of the monsters as well
Right.
felt very SAO like. Like when they showed the goblin in this first episode, I was sitting there thinking back to season 3 of SAO where they're fighting this boss monster, and they're fighting this goblin, and I don't know, they looked exactly the same edit,
Yeah.
and I was like, oh my
Yeah.
gosh, this is so cool.
Yeah, 100%. And so with that being said, and not really that much of the story like actually happening in this episode, I thought it was good. I thought
Yeah,
I wish since they did include a lot of like how kind of how they become a hunter and kind of a little bit about awakening. But I wish that since they did choose to include it, they should have given us some more information on it. Like they said it briefly, like 10 years ago we got the gates, and then that's pretty much all they said about the gates. Nothing about
Yeah.
them having ranks or anything. They kind of implied it later, like when they were all talking about like D rank
Yeah.
dungeons, E rank dungeons. They didn't really explain that, which is fine. But I feel like if you're gonna show us these hunters, the new hunters that are like just getting like their
Yeah.
ratings, that they're gonna we should
You
also
kind of need to explain that part
exactly
a little bit.
exactly
Yeah.
like either tell us nothing or tell us everything. Don't tell us some things and be like, yeah, just gotta get the rest by yourself.
Yeah. No,
Well,
that's fair. I can agree with that.
Yeah, anything that you disliked, or everything was just exactly how you imagined it would be.
I think really it was everything I imagined it would be. I mean, I was kind of right there with you. It just felt too short, but for the most part, I loved it.
Yeah. All right, everybody. Today's a little shorter because obviously 20-minute episode is gonna not much to talk about. Plus, when we agree on most stuff, it's gonna be shorter. But yeah, probably from now on, for at least for solo leveling, we'll probably do 2 episodes at a time. We just want to get this one out because it's the first episode, and also been waiting for it. So feel like we're getting this one out. But yeah, thank you everyone for watching, and hope you guys have a great day.
See ya.